And do the same on this other one. So they exactly line up. Okay. So at the end of the day I have something that looks like that. Now it says to come down 1/2 inch on each side, and then we're going to make a fold for the leading edge of this horizontal stabilizer assembly. So I need 1/2 inch on each side. So I come in 1/2 inch to here, and I come in 1/2 inch on this side, make my mark. Then I go from that center point, draw a line, and from that center point also, draw a line. I'm going to mount and fold those over. Some people make the mistake of cutting those off. They're not to be cut, they're to be folded. That gives the wing a little bit more material on the back, and it makes it a little bit stiffer and better for flying. And the last thing we do is to glue those things down. So put a little glue there, a little glue here, and then we glue that down like that. That's the way our tail should look. Very nice, clean dimensions, clean cuts, clean folds. The last thing that we do is make what are called the elevators on the trailing edge. Now those are similar to what we did here on the main wing that we called ailerons. On the horizontal stabilizer they're called elevators. And they have the dimensions given in your instructions of 3/4 inch by 1/4 inch. So here we come in 3/4 inch to make that one, and 1/4 inch here to make that mark, and here we come in 3/4 inch to there, and 1/4 inch to there. All right. Now we line up that with the 1/4 inch mark right there and the 1/4 inch mark right there. We can do both at the same time. There's one. There's the other. This is why you don't want to get glue on your table. Then you have to deal with it later. Alright. And then we make the 3/4 inch mark. And the 3/4 inch mark. Oops, best that I see that other edge so I can make it nice and parallel. Like that. And once again, these elevators are cut along the line you've just made there, so that you can adjust the trim of the airplane. And that is the completed horizontal stabilizer. So there's another piece that's done. Step 15 has us make the rudder, and we make the rudder out of piece D. There's 2 pieces left and they're both the same size, so one is going to be the canopy and the other is going to be the rudder. To make the rudder, we valley fold in half vertically and glue together. So valley fold in half vertically, like this, and glue it together. So the next step is just take it, run a little coat of glue in there. Now it's a double wide. Then measure and cut along heavy line as shown, make rudder on trailing edge. Well, they have us make 2 marks now. Now be careful here, because you have one edge that is folded and the other edge that is 2 exposed edges. You want to make sure that the top of the rudder is this folded side. And we come in and make a mark that is 1/2 inch from the bottom, right here, and another mark that is 5/8 inches wide. So the rudder, the top of the rudder is 5/8 inches wide. So I come in 4/8, 5/8, and make a mark. Connect the two. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the rudder on the back here, which I'm told is 3/4 of an inch by 1 inch. I'm sorry, 3/4 of an inch by 1/4 inch. So I come down the 3/4 of an inch and mark, and it's 1/4 of an inch deep. To right there. Now I'll go ahead and draw those in while I'm drawing, just for efficiency, and then cut it all at once. Okay. Now all I have to do is cut this edge off here. Scrap. And cut that bottom part right there. And that is the completed rudder. That one's ready to go. Alright, next step is to join pieces D and E to finish the tail. Apply glue and slide D into the center of E, aligning trailing edges. So basically what they're saying is put this piece and this piece together. And we're going to do that by applying glue here, all on the inside. Might as well go ahead and glue the whole inner thing there. And we take this piece and slide it right down in there. Make sure that these edges are aligned, so they're both aligned right there. And then glue the whole thing together. So for those of you that are in the gluing department, you're going to have access to a bunch of clips like this. And these are useful at this point. You can just have something to hold it together while you go off and do something else. So we'll leave that like that. So we're finished step 16. Step 17 makes a standard canopy. We have one piece of paper left. It's 1 inches by 4 1/4 inches wide. The dimensions given on our canopy, however, are 1 inch by 3 inches, with the top point 2 inches from the front tip. Now if you switch over to the PowerPoint presentation that I posted for the canopy, you'll find that all canopies are made the same way. They just have different dimensions, but the basic method for making it is the same. And that method is, we take the piece of paper, first I got to make it the right dimensions. So this one's supposed to be 3 inches. So I'm going to come over here and measure 3 inches to right there. I'm going to fold it right there. Make sure it's nice and straight so it's parallel. And then cut it off right there. Now I have a 3-inch canopy. So now I got 1 inch by 3 inches. Now to make a canopy, you fold it in half and crease it. Now this is good for people with delicate fingers. Those of us who have big fat fingers sometimes struggle making such small delicate pieces. Alright, so nice strong crease there. Then it says make the center 2 inches, what does it say? With the top point 2 inches from the front tip. So I would then let's call this the front tip over here, and this will be the back. So I'm going to come in 2 inches and make a mark right in the crease, right there at 2 inches. Now, at this point, a shortcut,